2020, it's been a rough year on all of us, my friend. So don't judge me, okay? We've come through a lot this year. A lot that we didn't think we would be able to manage unless we were actually in the situation. It's been a rough year for all of us. Some of us have lost jobs, lost homes, lost a lot of money. But we've also learned that we are resilient when we need to be. We've learned that we can bootstrap ourselves through a pandemic and indeed through life. This episode of The Gist is about how you can grow that little money, that's kalitoka money that you have. How do you stretch it to go as far as you need it to go? So welcome back to the talk that is just for you, The Gist. And 2020 has taught us all that we have to be very, very money literate. So in this episode, we're talking about saving, that kamane. How do you bootstrap it? How do you make it go as far as you need it to go? I have two very special guests with me who are going to be talking about this, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Michelle, financial advisor.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Pamela. I'm a senior manager investment clubs and circles at DFCU Bank.
Financial advisor. Good. Then I think I should be asking you first. Is there a formula to saving?
Yes, just start. It's
Simply.
as simple as that.
Yeah.
Whether it's that 200, that 1,000 shillings, that 10,000 shillings, just start. I think that's the easiest way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So regardless of where you are, what you have, you can always save.
You can always save as long as you're aware that you're saving towards a goal and you're very intentional about trying to save.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could save with, say, Bank of Mitwetwe under your pillow, or get a savings account. Am I right?
Yes.
What kind of returns would I expect from a savings account?
Now we have a personal savings account that you can open up if you're an individual, but if you also are in a group as members, like-minded people, you can also open up an investment club account.
That takes a lot of faith, eh?
It takes a lot of faith, yes, but you have to start.
Other people with my money.
Yes. As I said, you like-minded people, 4 people, minimum, you can come together and start an investment club. So you can start saving. Now these savings accounts give you interest. They earn you a return. Depending on the amount that you have and for how long you're holding it on that account, you can be able to earn interest. So there's a return on the account that you're going to open up as a savings account.
So it's all dependent on how long you save and how much you save?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Madam Financial Advisor Michelle, I have a question.
Yes, teacher.
What is the rule of 72?
The rule of 72 is just...
Banange, like a 5-year-old.
I will try. So it's a really, really rudimentary way for any person who's not gifted, who's not skilled in the finance to understand how long it's going to take for their money to double. And so very simply put, it's 72 divided by the interest rate. She mentioned there's an interest rate on the savings account. So if they promise you an annual interest rate of 5%, for example, so it's really 72 divided by 5, and that should give you the time it will take for, if I put 100,000 today, that 100,000 will get to 200,000 after X amount of time. So
this 72, if I divide it by 5, am I looking at days, weeks, months, years?
So this is in years. So depending, because most savings accounts will give you an annualized rate. So it's usually in years.
Okay.
Yes.
Banange, there's another rule I hear. With a rule of 20%, over 80%. Wow, maths. Please, in layman's terms, please, for me.
So the 20% rule basically is what they call the parental principle.
Okay.
20% of your activities should really contribute 80% of your success, okay? So it's not about running around with so many things to do. Concentrate on the few things that you need to concentrate on to give you the big part of the success. So that is a 20% rule. Yeah.
So I focus on the small things.
Just a few things.
Not the small things, they're big.
They are big things, but just a few things that you can really put your mind to, but to give you the big part of that success.
So
that you're looking
prioritizing
for.
my portfolio.
Exactly, exactly.
If I was just, am I oversimplifying it?
You're trying, but yes.
But still, you see, the thing about saving, and I don't know if other people will subscribe to this, but there's a feeling that you have to save. I can't save if I have nothing. So if already I'm only getting this much, how can I take off something? Is it possible for me to live debt-free?
Yes, I think I have a client I've just helped come out of debt, and she was in debt when she was earning 1 million. She was still in debt when she was earning $15,000 a month. So it's really a question of what habits are you putting in place. So it's very, very possible to live debt-free. Once you find yourself in, debt is not bad. Let's start there. Debt is only bad when you're unable to pay your debt.
Back.
So once you find in that situation where you're unable to pay debt, you have to take a step back. Take stock of who do I owe and what do I owe. Have a conversation with these people, you know, tell them, I owe you 400, 500, 300, whatever it is you owe. Have a conversation on what's the best way to restructure the money I owe you. I guarantee you it's better for me to receive 50,000 shillings a month from somebody who owes me 1 million than to receive nothing.
Okay.
So communicate, put in place a system, a structure that will allow you to constantly pay back, even if it's in smaller amounts. In the long run, it's working towards the long-term goal of completely eliminating your debt.
So like the Lord's Prayer. Don't forgive us our debt, but at least reschedule it.
Yes. And it's very possible. Banks do that, individuals do that. At the end of the day, it's all about your communication and putting in place a plan that is considerate of your cash flows in place.
Okay.
So how much money do I have? How much is going to go towards paying the debts? Yes.
All right. One issue that people have with investing, at least I'm going to speak for myself,
Okay.
is patience, like they say in Uganda. Patience. Starting small and growing big. It's the starting small that is kind of discouraging, and then you think, hey, my God, when will I get big? How do you work around that?
Okay, starting small and growing big, like start with the little money that you have, that come money, yeah? However little it is, start.
Breaking news, some money was delayed. 2020.
2020, yes. But we've had, from my experience with investment clubs, there's an investment club that started out in COVID, and they started saving 2,000 shillings per day.
To Bob.
2,000 shillings per day, okay?
2,000. That's a blue note.
Yes.
Wow.
2,000 shillings per day. But this is one of the strongest investment clubs because it started off social media and it has grown through leaps and bounds.
Wait, strangers on social media?
Yes. It has about 500 people within it, and they've really been able to save more than 30 million every month. So start with that little money that you have and grow that money through leaps and bounds. But as I said earlier, coming together as a group is really, really important because together you can actually achieve more. Yes.
I feel like we should put that on a t-shirt. Coming together, we can achieve more.
More, yes.
Experience is the best teacher, no?
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be your experience that teaches you. You can learn from somebody else.
Definitely.
Michelle, for the many viewers of The Gist, please tell us those memorable money mistakes you made that we're going to frame as advice so that they do not. Mama, you tell us. Judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
Judgment, it's a safe zone, please.
Loaning money that I cannot afford to lose. So that for me is always be my weak point. I am very easy to get money out of, but I quickly had to learn that just because somebody has asked does not mean they should receive.
Just wait. You're telling me that there is money somewhere in your pocket that you can afford to lose. Some money.
We can have a conversation later about that.
Okay. So only lend what you can afford to lose.
Yes.
How about don't lend at all?
That too could work. I mean, it really comes down to narrowing down that circle of who is actually a trustworthy borrower and just studying behavior. Behavior doesn't lie. If somebody you know borrows from person X, Y, Z, and all you hear is negative stories about their payment patterns, don't be the next person in the boat. Yeah.
Senga Pamela. And I come to you as the agony financial auntie. What kind of advice would you give to a young man or woman who is having trouble being in a healthy relationship with money? Because money, it's a relationship.
Yes, it is.
About
and a
partnership.
long-term relationship.
A long-term. Please talk on it.
So, any person that is looking at having a healthy relationship with money, you know, live below your means. Okay? Do not go beyond what you cannot be able to buy it. Yeah, which is a big problem here. And then a budget, you know, budget for whatever expense that you're going to have. If you're going to the supermarket to buy things, that is where we go with shopping lists because we know what we are going to buy. Yeah, so that we avoid these impulse buys.
Don't deviate.
No,
you went for shopping, you bought shoes.
Go by the plan. Okay, and then have savings goals. okay? Know that within 3 months, I want to acquire this. Can I actually save towards that goal? So, and work towards that goal, okay? And keep on track with that goal. So do not divert at all in anything else. So stay fixated on that goal and you'll achieve that goal. So whoever is really looking at growing their money and being healthy with money and really having good money habits, please follow those principles. They're really very simple, but if you put them in practice, the sky is the upper limit.
All right. You can follow the conversation on The Gist. Remember, the hashtag is The Gist on all our social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat even. I don't know about TikTok, but we'll get there eventually. Now, imagine, I'm a young broke man. I'm a young broke man. I have 10 seconds of airtime. What is the one lesson you'll give me in those 10 seconds? One money management lesson. Michelle, go.
Have an accountability partner. If money is difficult for you, put in place systems, for example, standing orders that will eliminate the urgency to have that money on you and spend it.
Toot, toot, toot. Calling Auntie Pam. Pam, help me. Money management lesson in 10 seconds.
Open a savings account and start saving that little money that you have and see it grow leaps and bounds. If you cannot save it alone, then have an investment club and with like-minded people, open that account and start saving as a group.
Now, your money can never like airtime. No, you need to tell me more about these ones, please. Please, in detail, go for it.
Okay, at DFCU, we have quite a number of savings accounts that will allow you to save that kamani or to become that gumani. So we have the classic savings account and you can save as and when you want. We have the young savers account. If you're a parent and you have a child and you need to save for them to give them that firm foundation, so there's the young savers account.
How young can they be? How young do they start?
Well, from 0 years.
Hey.
Yes, you can be able to save for that child.
Forward planning.
Yes.
Mama, you are true.
Yeah? You can be able to start and save for your child. You're a campuser, you can still open up an account for saving. If you want to plan to save for a target, there's a smart plan savings account. Now this helps you to do that contractual saving if you're saving towards a specific target. And this account has no charges at all. Okay? So all these individual accounts, you have access to e-statements, so you can be able every month, free of charge, so you can be able to monitor your transactions. You have access to our quick banking platform for online banking. You can be able to monitor your transactions wherever you are. You don't need to come to the bank to pick a statement, so you have access.
From where you are?
From where you are.
Auntie, that's the new normal, 2020.
So, as I said earlier, if you're part of a group, you're an investment club, there's also the investment club account.
Oh, so the three you told us are just individual?
The other 3 or 4 are individual accounts. Okay. Also part of the individual accounts, we have the Dembe account. It is like Dembelio. So you can save and transact as and when you want and feel like. So you have access to an ATM card, but also you have access to that account whenever you want to use it. So Dembelio. So those are the accounts that we have that will allow you to really save that money to become gumani. Yeah. So all these accounts pay interest.
That is, you have started with that.
All these accounts pay interest. So the money that you put there is actually going to grow. Okay? If you want more interest, you can actually be able to fix it on a fixed deposit account with the bank. So those options are all available for you at the bank, yes.
Oh, nice. It's The Gist. Your kamane can become gumane, but you need patience. All right? We'll be back to keep it here.